Hello, I'm Tom Booker, Senior Instructor. Thank you for joining me. For our fundamental students, this is our A lesson for this week. Now, in this lesson, the skills we will be working with are the downward hammer fist strike, the inner edge crescent kick, and the final section of Tae-Kwon Hyung. In that final section, we'll be working with the inverted hammer fist strike, the inside to outside sweep, and the low block, having our first look at all of those skills. Thank you very much for joining me, and let's get to our lesson. Hello. The skill we will be working with in this section of your lesson is the downward hammer fist strike. Now we're starting with our hand closed tightly into a fist. We'll be striking with the bottom end of the fist here, the little finger end. This is the smaller, weaker end of your fist. So you want to be sure you're closing your fist nice and tight to give this plenty of support as you strike. We'll start off with our hand up by our ear here, just lightly resting against my ear, my lead hand out in front. My lead hand is pulling into my hip as my back hand comes down and through this way. Just here and here, down and through, here and here, here and here. Now, as I do these hammer fists, let's take a look at this from the side. I want to be sure that I'm not leaning into the strike this way. If I'm having to lean over to reach my target, I'm simply too far away. Also, I'm putting myself off balance in a very weak position. My strike also is going to lack power and it's going to lack accuracy. So be sure you're staying nice and upright. Head and shoulders over your hips and feet as you work with this. Just here, down and through to here. Down and through. Down and through, just like that. Now let's try it on the other side. Here, down and through to here. Nice, short, simple motion. I want to be sure that I'm touching my ear lightly with this. It just lets me know this hand is in position. If I let this float out away from me this way, I'm not sure where this is starting off. And I can wind up with that kind of motion there, some big, sloppy, looping motion. Something like this, it looks real impressive. It isn't. It's slow, it's awkward, and it's ineffective, it lacks power, it's very difficult to aim. What we want is this short, sharp, direct move here. My hammer fist gets to its target and does its job as quickly and effectively as possible. So just gently touch your nib. Bring it down and through. Now, something we're going to add today. Let's start with both hands out. And just as we're doing in Tae-Kwon Hyung, we'll go front hand, back hand. And again, front hand, back hand, front hand, back hand. Now, it is two separate strikes. I am not doing that. I'm not striking with both hands at the same time. I want to be able to aim both strikes. So, one and then the other. I can shift my attention between the two very quickly, so I can put both of them on target, but I focus on one at a time. Let's try it on the other side. Front, back, front, back, front, and back. just like that. Now, when you're striking your target, I would recommend you use your blocker for this, your caveman club. Just have your helper hold it out for you like this, about shoulder high, maybe a little bit lower. If you bring it up above shoulder high, you wind up reaching onto the top shelf with the strike. I wind up striking up here where I can't actually see what I'm doing. I want it down in this area. That blocker just under shoulder high. Now, we will start just with single hands. Up by your ear, with your blocker out in front of you, just touch it and push down and through. Touch it, push down and through. You're making sure that you're using that small end of your fist and that you're at the right distance, that you're not having to lean. Push down and through. Push down and through. Then let's go a little faster. And I'm going to get the small verses for this so we can have a better look at how the actual strike works. I'm going to use the small verses as my target. I'm just going to strike here. Here, and strike. Here, strike. Here, strike. Make sure you're closing your fist tight. Now after we're getting good, solid, single hand strikes, we'll go for two. Front, back. Ready, front, back. Ready, front, back. Let's take it a little faster and harder. Front, back, front, back, front, back, front, back. But even though I'm doing them faster, it's still one strike at a time. I am not doing something like that. Again, if I try both hands at the same time, I'm likely going to miss with one of them at least, and quite probably with both. So, one at a time. Front, back. Let's try this on the other side. And again, you're going to start, just touch and push through. I'm a little far away. Let's look at it from the side. From back here, this seems very close, but notice I'm having to lean to reach my target. I'm a little too far away. Let's try that again. Touch, just push. Touch, push. Good. That's a good distance. I'm using the proper part of my fist. Let's go faster and harder. Strike. Ready. Strike. Ready. Strike. Ready. Strike. All right. That's going pretty well. Let's put both hands together. Front, back. Ready. Front, back. Ready. Front, back. Ready. Front, back. Ready. Front, back. A little faster and harder now. Front, back. Front, back. Front, back. Front, back. All right. That is our downward hammer fist strike. Now, be sure you're keeping your fist closed tight and that you're at the proper distance. You're not having to lean in to do your strikes. It can be easy to get so focused on what my hands are doing that I forget what the rest of my body is doing. And I really need to support these with this so that I'm not starting to lean in as I go through these. If I'm going to use these as an effective self-defense strike, I need to be in balance. to do that and able to move into another safe position very, very quickly. That is the downward hammer fist strike for this week. Thank you for joining me.
Okay, let's take a look at the inner crescent kick. Okay, this is an unusual kick because it's a kick we don't actually bend our leg, we don't bend our knee like we do with like the front snap kick or round kick or side kick. The shape, the leg, when we do an inner crescent kick, needs to be perfectly straight. And the foot in this position, just like you can see my right foot, okay? We're not pointing our toes, and we have our foot just like that, leg straight, striking with the side of the foot when we do the kick. So, I'm going to do this from a front stance. We do this from a front stance. You can bring your back leg up and come across to the inside. That's what I call it, an inner crescent kick. Okay, making sure that leg is straight and toes held back. Cross just like that. Okay, do from the other side. Okay, make sure that leg is straight and come up and across just like so. Okay, we do this kick. This kick, the target is the knee. Okay, so your attacker, you're striking the knee just like that. It's not a high kick. It's a kick against the knee. Okay, we're also going to do this double inner crescent kick. So I'm going to do like this, inner crescent kick. Okay, go ahead and step down, and then inner crescent kick and step down. Okay, make sure when you're doing that kick that you're not coming and doing this, so you're actually not in a very good defensive position there when you kick too far. So you really want to control that kick. So we're going to do one kick, and then two kick, and then get back into that front stance. Okay, I'm going to have Mr. Booker assist me in demonstrating this kick. And I guess this point is fine. Okay, let's back up just a little bit. Okay, so Mr. Booker's going to hold a padded sword facing down. Okay, I'll start with your kick with your back leg. Come across, like so, strike with the side of the foot, right there. Okay, then I'm going to step forward, strike second time. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, 1 and 2. Okay, so basically I'm aiming for the knee is where the target area that you want to strike when you're doing this with if you're defending yourself against an attacker. So, thank you, Mr. Booker. And that's the inner crescent kick and double inner crescent kick.
Hello. In this section of our lesson, we'll be working with the final section of your pattern, Tae-Kwon Hyung. Now, in this final section, we're going to see a few new skills. We'll be having our first look at them as part of this section of Tae-Kwon Hyung. Everything new that you see in this section we'll be working with at greater length in our lessons over the next few weeks. So this is really just getting acquainted with them, starting to get the feel for them, starting to put a name to all of them, just recognizing them when you see them. So don't worry too much about getting any of these perfect today. We're going to be practicing with all of these skills extensively in our next few lessons. So just do your best. Try to get a feel for them. Try to have a good time with them. And just work on putting the names to them. All right. Now, the new skills we are going to be seeing in this final section of Tae-Kwon Hyung are this, the low block. It's also sometimes called a down block. We'll usually call it a low block. Starting with my blocking arm up on top here on my shoulder, and it crosses down in front of me and finishes just past my front knee here. I want to be careful I'm not throwing it off away at the end. My other hand is just pulling down and through, retracting into my hip. So down, across, and through. We'll just do a few of these together to get a feel for it. Down, across, and through. Down, across, and through. Down, across, and through. Now let's have a look at this on the other side. Close your hands up into fists. Blocking arm crosses on top. I'm up here on my shoulder and just down, across, and through. My retraction hand is finishing palm up. My blocking hand is finishing palm down. Down, across, and through. Down, across, and through. Down, across, and through. Just like that. All right. Something else new we're going to be seeing in this is the inside to outside sweep. I'm going to back up a little bit. Watch what I'm doing with my feet. I'm going to step forward with my back foot, but as I do that, instead of just coming straight forward like this, I'm going to swing it in toward my base foot and then out away again in an almost C-shaped motion. So it's coming, just put your hands on your hips for this. It's just coming in and then back out again as you move forward, which is how it gets its name. Again, in and out. In and out. In and out, just like that. It's almost a skating motion with the foot. Let's try it on the other side. In and out. I'm bringing my foot just a little bit up off the floor. It's not a big lift, but I am breaking contact with the floor for this. It's coming up just an inch or two, but it is breaking contact. In and out. In and out. And we're not trying to go particularly fast with it today. Once more. In and out. Just like that. That's the inside to outside sweep. And finally, both hands up. The inverted hammer fist strike. Instead of striking straight down, the way we were with the downward hammer fist, we're coming across and through this way. I'm turning palm up at the end, striking inward. So it's here and here. Again, front and back. Front and back. Front and back. Front and back. Let's try it on the other side. Ready? Front, back. Front, back. Front, back. Front, and back. All right. Now, of the new skills we are working with, for most of us, that inside to outside sweep, this is the most difficult to do. That can take a bit of practice to get comfortable with. The most difficult to remember are the inverted hammer fists, because it's so very similar to the downward hammer fist strike. Mentally, I've got to work much harder to keep those properly identified separated in my own mind so I don't confuse them with each other. I'm doing an inverted hammer fist where I need this. I'm doing a downward hammer fist where I need that. Now, let's start from the beginning of Tae-Kwon Hyung. Just as a review, we'll name each skill as we go, but we're going to focus on the very end. Let's do this together. Command stance. High block. Front snap kick. Front snap kick. Lunge punch. Reverse punch. Wedge guard. Shuffle step. Shuffle step. Guarding block. Look, step together, step out. High block. Front snap kick, lunge punch, reverse punch, wedge guard, shuffle step, guarding block. Now we're moving left on a diagonal. Step together, step out. X block high. Inner edge crescent kick. Inner edge crescent kick. Downward hammer fist. Downward hammer fist. Wedge guard. Shuffle step. Guarding block. Then step together, we're stepping out on a diagonal to our right. X block high. Inner edge crescent kick. Inner edge crescent kick. Downward hammer fist. Downward hammer fist. Wedge guard. Shuffle step. Guarding block. Looking back to our left. Step together, step out. Outer forearm block. Head grab. Knee strike. Head grab. Knee strike. Hook punch. Hook punch. Wedge guard. Shuffle step. Guarding block. Look. Step together, step out. Outer forearm block, head grab, knee strike, head grab, knee strike, hook punch, wedge guard, shuffle step, guarding block. Now the final section, we're moving on a diagonal to our left. Step together, step out. Low block. Inside to outside sweep. Inside to outside sweep. Inverted hammer fist. Inverted hammer fist. Wedge guard. Shuffle step. Guarding block. Now, diagonal to our right. Step together, step out. Low block. Inside to outside sweep. Inside to outside sweep. Inverted hammer fist. Inverted hammer fist. Wedge guard. Shuffle step. Guarding block. Now that takes us to the very end. Command stance. Yunai. R. Now that's Tae-Kwon Hyung all the way from beginning to end. Let's work together on that final section a couple of more times. So just follow along with me. We'll take it from here. Guarding block. Again, let's name these together. Moving on a diagonal to my left. Low block. Inside to outside sweep. inside to outside sweep, inverted hammer fist, wedge guard, shuffle step, guarding block. Then, looking to my right, step together. Again, we're stepping onto a diagonal here. Low block, inside to outside sweep, inside to outside sweep, inverted hammer fist, wedge guard, shuffle step, guarding block, command stance. All right, let's have a look at this from the back. All right, now here, and we'll start from our guarding block. And again, we're naming each skill as we go. Low block, inside to outside sweep, inverted hammer fist, wedge guard, shuffle step, guarding block. Then we're going to step together, step out, low block, inside to outside sweep, inverted hammer fist, wedge guard, shuffle step, guarding block, command stance. And that. All right. Yeah, that takes us through to the very end of Tae-Kwon Hyung. Thank you very much for joining me.